Welcome one, welcome all to episode 3 of the Casey and Tyler show.
Take 2 of episode 3.
Yeah, my mic was off. Sorry, guys. I take full responsibility.
We have a packed show for you today.
Yeah, it's a full slate. We're looking forward to it. The show sheet just kept getting longer and longer as we prepared, and looking forward to it. Like I said, episode 3. Casey, anything you need to say before we get started?
No, let's just quickly go over the show sheet because I just want to tell you guys it's a large sheet.
Run through it.
We're starting with my fucking rant of the week. Tease Dan the golf course. We have some MLB rule changes that they said.
I'm excited for that.
A Detroit Tigers position player struck out one of the best players in the MLB. College football week 2, our Super Bowl prediction, NFL week 1, our picks of the week, and then we're going to get into our 12-team parlay. Hey, if you guys want to ride with us to win thousands and thousands of dollars, you can ride with us.
What about the MLB playoff predictions? Are we doing that or no? We want to save that for next week.
We'll save that for next week.
So like when we get closer.
Yeah, when we get a little closer.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Casey, we're getting ready to do the show today, and you text me. I'm out on the golf course having a good time, and it didn't sound like you were having a great day. So I'm just gonna give you the opportunity for to let us know what's going on.
Okay, let's just say this week has been absolutely horrible. It's like one of those things that you say you tell someone, "Hey, I'm really great. I'm fucking happy. Sorry for the language. I'm happy. I'm this.
He's not
I'm that.
sorry.
I'm on.
He's not sorry.
Cloud 9. I'm not sorry about that, but I'm on cloud 9. And then next thing you know, right after that happens, your life just goes completely downhill. I mean, I'm happy overall. We're doing a podcast. I'm talking sports, so I'm all happy now. But let's just say this week has been horrible. My job, my actual job that makes my living, has been horrible. Nothing's been working in the system all week. Today, finally almost had a workaround. So I was working, trying to get things back, catching up for the week that I couldn't do my actual job. And then I get a call. My dad came over to get something from my place. I got a call from him, and he said that my apartment won't lock. So my apartment complex uses this stupid electronic lock system.
It's a sad day. It's a bad day.
It's a catastrophe. And then, so they use this stupid electronic lock system for our place, and my place wouldn't lock, and he had to go somewhere. So I had to leave work, came home to deal with that. Maintenance finally came over. I think it was 5:30 or 6 by the time they got to my place to fix the issue. It's fixed. Tomorrow's a new day. It's Friday. It's our 20-year anniversary. That's just my rant. It's just been everything. It just goes downhill. I'm trying to stay positive every day, and the day just shits on me. It is what it is. We're talking sports now. Watching football. Let's have a good one.
Do you feel better?
I feel a lot better.
I mean, do you actually though? It feels like you kind of like we're happy, and then now I made you talk about it, and now you're not.
Well, I mean,
anymore.
I did hold back a little bit just because I just don't want to go completely off about this because I'm trying to just forget about it and all that. Just trying to record. I mean, if you would have caught me as soon as I got out of work or like earlier today,
I kind of want you just let out like.
That ain't happening.
Just come on, Kate. Just
moving on. You were on the golf course today. How did that go?
Okay, so I wanted to talk about this because I think I talked to him today. I think he's gonna be a future guest of ours. I know we have Tim from 517 Golf, who's awesome. That's gonna come on at some point too. Who's also an
Yeah.
awesome golfer, great brand.
Yeah, that is someone that we've talked about, and he'll probably be our first guest,
Yeah,
most likely.
yeah, more than
We're going to
likely.
try and get him on probably in a couple weeks towards the end of their season, just while he has more time and all that. But it's mostly because we want to get down the editing, but we definitely
Yeah,
want to get
yeah.
Tim
No,
on
no.
here and talk about 517
We
golf.
recognize that there's still some kinks we want to work out before we, start. And that's on my end too. I do a lot of the editing, and it's been a minute,
I
so
mean, I just feel like if we're going to bring someone on, especially if we're going to try to promote their brand or promote them,
I want it to be
we,
as
it
high
should be,
production
yeah, it should
value
be,
as
yeah,
possible. Yeah, we want
I
to
agree with
offer
that.
them something.
Yeah.
So I got a chance to play Moose Ridge in South Line today. It was honestly one of the harder courses.
That's a tough course. I
It
played there,
was,
I think in 2020.
dude.
That's a tough course. I mean,
That
it's tight. The fairways are really tight.
undulation, man. There was
Yeah, the
drives I
hills
hit.
are ridiculous.
I like hit a bomb like for me like 285 down the middle today, and I'm like, that's great. You go up, the ball's like a foot and a half above my feet, and I'm like, it's a
Oh,
par five. And I'm like, well, how can I have 3 wood off this lie? But the whole reason. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
so when I played there, it was so windy. Like that course, it was like
Did you play there with Seth?
played there with Seth.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wind was in our face or at our back. It was great on some holes, horrible on the other. I had honestly one of the farthest 3 wood hits I've ever had. I'll get to that in a second. One thing that really made me mad was par four. You hit a drive. My drive went 175 yards because of the wind.
You just
It's
knocked it
horrible. It just
straight
goes up
down.
and it comes right down.
Yeah,
But there was one
that's
hole.
tough.
I dribbled the ball maybe 10 yards off the tee, just completely topped it. It was a drivable par four and just 10 yards off the tee. Took my 3 wood. I'm about, I think, 260, 270 out. Pimped one. Absolutely annihilated this golf ball.
You hit it in the center of the face.
Put center of the face, middle of the
Love
green.
that.
Middle
Love
of the
that.
green. I felt
There's
so good.
no better feeling.
I looked right at our buddy Seth, and I just said, I'm back, baby.
Yeah,
I am fucking back.
there's no better feeling. So I had a chance today to play with a guy that owns his own golf company in Ann Arbor. He's a golf pro. He gives lessons, playing lessons, like course management, and then also has his own indoor facility where he teaches like fitness, and then also has a simulator for golf lessons. And he partners with Pineview actually to do lessons there. One of the assistant teaching pros at Pineview works under this guy. So any lessons that guy gives, he gets a portion of. And it was just really fun to watch someone that's that good at golf. And it's not even just like how close they put it or how well they chip. It's just that they can press the golf ball every time. Where you shank one left, you shank one right. His misses are just so much better. Where like he's still like, man, caught that one a little fat, but it still went 280. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that was a 4-iron, dude. You know what I mean? So that was a lot of fun. I look forward to having him on the show just because it would be fun for him to promote his brand on here and just be able to give us an idea of what it's like to coach an amateur golfer, how frustrating it is. We talked today. He goes, it's really hard when you have people that are willing to pay you so much money, but they'll never practice. Like they expect to come to you once a week, twice a month, and then they show up and like, oh, I'm still shooting 120. He's like, well, how much have you practiced? He's like, well, I've only played in my league, and it's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like it's tough. And golf's one of those sports where I think we all recognize that, and if you don't keep after it, you can lose it. So it was cool. I look forward to having on. I was just gonna say, like Casey, you've had a playing lesson before. It's crazy playing with someone that's like that good, that understands the golf swing that well.
I got a playing lesson from Tim, the CEO of 517 Golf, one time, and it definitely changed my game. He made me think about shots instead of maybe 140, maybe 150 yards instead of hitting 140-yard shot instead of hitting a hard pitching wedge. I'm going to go soft 9 because I can go 80% 9. I'm going to have a lot more control with that shot than with a full pitching wedge. And that gives me, I like my pitching wedge a lot more than my 9, but if you're talking full swing with my pitching wedge versus 80% with my 9, I have a lot more control with the 80% with my 9. So I'm gonna choose that club. And it's just thinking on, yeah, you're 140 yards out, and your pitching wedge is your 140 yard club or whatever club that is. But you can use go up a club and just use less of that club or whatever. Think about the shot that you want.
Yeah. He said that today too. He was like, it's not a big dick contest out here. Like if it's an 8-iron for you, it's an 8-iron. Like
Well,
just
it's like
because someone hits,
you outdrive me on a hole and you get all hard, your dick gets all hard because you drove me by 20 yards, but by the end of the score, I beat you by 10. I shoot at 88, you shoot 108.
Are you good?
I mean, I beat you by.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure
20 strokes. You haven't golfed since 2017.
I'm pretty sure last year I beat you by 30 strokes in a round.
That did not happen. That's cap.
What do you mean? First round of the Drunkers, what'd you shoot?
Yeah,
130 what? 130 what?
Were we playing head-to-head?
130 what?
Were we playing
We were
head-to-head?
playing together. That we were
No, we
playing.
weren't.
Technically, we were.
No, we weren't.
Technically, we weren't.
That's a team event. That's a Ryder
What
Cup.
did you shoot?
That's
We
a Ryder
still
Cup.
played-
That's a Ryder
we
Cup style.
still-
This is not the
No,
point of the
no,
fucking
this is
segment.
no.
Why are you making this about me right now? Are you? I'm getting pissed. Cut. We're taking a break. Are you good, dude? Well, fuck you bringing that shit up. Are you fucking crazy? All right, fuck that. Okay, all I want to say is it's fun playing with someone that's good at golf, and you're just talking. All right, fuck you. I'm so okay. MLB rule changes. Casey, what do you got?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Motherfucker. That's crazy.
I mean, it is true. I did beat it by 30 in a round of golf.
That's just wait for golf content next summer and you'll see.
So MLB came out today, and they have 3 rule changes that they're going to introduce in 2023. So they're going to introduce a pitch clock. So according to the report, there will be a 30 seconds in between each hitter. The catcher must be in the box ready with 9 seconds left on the timer.
The catcher or the hitter?
The catcher. The hitter has to be in the box ready for a pitch within 8 seconds of the clock. The pitchers can step off the rubber like they normally do, and the clock will restart. It'll go to 20 seconds if there's a runner on base, and 15 seconds if there's not a runner on base.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about that rule change.
Okay, so
It's definitely going to slow the game down.
No, it's not.
You don't think that will?
It's going to speed it up.
Or speed it up. That's what I meant.
Oh, I was about to say.
That's what I meant. That's exactly what I don't know why the hell I said slow it down.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
Is that cup?
Let's go.
Nice.
So
That was a hell of a throw.
That was a hell of a throw, hell of a catch. Stafford MVP.
That was a great throw. Wow.
It's definitely going to speed the game up, but it's just.
I think they've been using this in the minors too. Like they've test run this a little bit. I'm a baseball purist. I don't like any changes to the game of baseball. I know it's boring. I know for most people it's boring, and I know it needs to be revamped. I don't know. Hopefully this works. That's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. When I umpired, like in tournament baseball, it was like 1 foot in the box all times. Let's go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's one of those things that the one thing that irritates me about the playoffs are when the Red Sox were playing in the 2018 World Series and they have an 8:00 game. The game's not over until midnight because of how many times. I mean, I get it. You want best against best. You have pitchers stepping out. You have batters stepping out. It slows the game down. I mean.
Yeah, the only time I'd say it wouldn't bother me is playoffs because that point, like you said, man, like
you want best against best.
They're never gonna rush when it's like, dude, we could win the World Series,
right?
But the post, dude, there's already 162 games. So what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like let's get it on. Yeah, I think we're both on board with this one.
I'm open-minded. I'm open-minded. I'm up in the air about. I'm still up in the air.
Fair enough.
I love this next rule change. I'm changing the shifting rules. So there's 3 rules on
really.
This. There are 3 rules with this. So, upon release of the pitch, there must be a minimum of 4 defenders. I don't get this next part, other than the battery.
Okay. Just go ahead.
Within the outer boundary of the infield dirt, The next one is upon release of the pitch, there must be two of the four infielders on each side of second base, and then the teams must designate two infielders for each side, and they cannot switch them. So they cannot move like their best infielder on like, okay, we have a lefty, let us move him to the right side of the infield because we have a better defender now on that right side, and then vice versa. When a righty comes up, move him over to the left side.
This is great.
I love it. I love this rule change. I mean, I think the shift ruins baseball.
Yeah, so like I totally understand it. It's definitely a defensive advantage, and the teams that figured it out first had a major advantage. The teams that committed to it have won. Analytically speaking, you can definitely pitch a guy in a certain way so that, if you execute those pitches, those batters on a statistical and analytical basis are going to pull it or push it, and your infielders will be there. Like, it makes sense. As a fan, it's unwatchable. I can't see, like, Ryan Howard, so good, and then people just were like, just throw him fastballs inside. He'll, pull them, and you have four guys right there. It sucks. So I'm all about the shift changes. I know people that aren't, like that are baseball purists that are kind of like, no, I think that they kind of figured something out. Hit the ball the other way.
Yeah,
it's not
teach the batter to hit it down.
You can't,
the opposite
dude.
line.
When a guy's throwing 98, 103, peppering you inside, there's no
guys
way
aren't
you're
throwing
hitting
80s
that
anymore.
Yeah, it's just
Fastballs
different.
are going 99
I think
miles an hour.
this will also speed up the game because the ball's going to be in play more. Or
Do you
sorry,
think so?
no. Sorry, that's not. It's going to make it more watchable because the ball will be.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot more runs.
Right. It's not just going to be whatever. Because now the way they're teaching hitters is that, like, in order to beat the shift, you have to hit home runs.
Yeah.
So you have all these swing and misses now because it's like, well, fuck it.
If I don't hit a home run, I'm just going to get out with a ground out.
Exactly.
So the next change they're doing is they're making the bases larger. Right now the bases
This is so whack.
The bases are 15 inches long each way. Now they're changing it to 18. I mean, I kind of like this. If you think about it, guys might try to steal because they have that extra 3 inches that they can probably try and swipe the bag on the outside.
This is gonna make Albert or Jose Altuve look even smaller.
You can. The base might be the size of him now. I mean, you might have a guy that hits a ball down the left field line that he might try to turn to because he has that extra 3 inches of base where he can.
I didn't think about it that way. To me, this is probably more of like a safety thing.
Well,
I didn't know about these. I heard about them. I'm glad you put these in here. This was a great thing to add the show sheet. By the way,
so one thing that I read was on the article that I read was players' feet are bigger than they were back in the day.
What?
That might be a true statement. So you're going to need a larger base for that, obviously, because you have a larger foot touching the bag.
You know what they say about bigger feet?
Boink, bonk, whatever the fuck it is.
Bigger socks.
Yeah. But I think it's definitely going to make guys try to steal a lot more bags.
I hope so.
Guys are trying to, I would say, push.
I think the shift itself will also kind of help with that too, because guys know that people are going to be able to put it in play more. So when I say put it in play, I just mean like you could do hit more. I don't know.
Well, what they're saying is like the guys that
you could do more hit and runs now.
The stat was the percentage of balls hit in the play are. I think it's like the guys are hitting 290 or 300. And the MLB average right now is 243.
Yes,
that's a huge drop. And guys that are making contact with a ball, and guys that are actually getting on base and actually having a batting average.
Yeah. So we'll look forward to these rule changes. Pitching clock, we'll see. I like it.
I'm up in the air about
shifting
that
rules.
We
love. Larger bases is a little corny to me, but we'll see.
It's corny, but. Hey, if it adds more stolen bases, I love it.
Yeah. So a local guy here in Detroit, Cody Clemens, son of the infamous or famous, I'll call him infamous, Roger Clemens, is a second baseman, first baseman, kind of utility
guy
for the Detroit Tigers. Drafted out of Texas. He was a good college player.
He's also their go-to pitcher,
Position player.
pitcher when they're getting absolutely annihilated by
Which
teams.
has been a lot this year.
So he's got in 6 games this year. His ERA is 4.50, 1.83 WHIP with 1 strikeout. Guess who's that to?
Shohei Ohtani.
The best thing about this whole story is he got the ball. It somehow got over into the Angels' clubhouse. Shohei Ohtani signed the ball he said, "What a nasty pitch,"
and signed it. That's so badass. I don't know how good Cody Clemens is going to be. I mean, obviously
he's young.
I mean, I think he's already like 25. So, young, but
younger than me, he's young.
Younger than me, he's young. Yep. But I don't know if he's going to be like a superstar. But
what Tiger player that they drafted has came into a superstar?
Castellanos. They didn't keep him.
Okay, got me there. They traded him with you. Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, I mean you compare.
You're talking about position player. I would say Verlander, but he's not position.
Oh, yep, Verlander. Yeah, they did.
They didn't draft Cabrera.
They traded for him from Florida. Dontrell Willis came over in that trade.
Florida Marlins. So, regardless, this is a funny story though because he's probably texting his dad, be like, "Yo, I should have just pitched." Are you looking at Tucker?
Yeah.
He's okay.
He's good. Go.
We can take a break after the segment if you want to let him know.
We're good. He's good. He just wants to try and get in the episode.
I mean, at some point, he's probably going to break through that baby gate and just say...
No, I feel like he's going to try to jump over that. No, he's not. I don't think he's that stupid.
I hope not. But yeah, no, he's texting his dad, though, Case. Let's focus up. But he's texting his dad, though.
I struck out probably the greatest player of all time.
Did you?
Have you struck out? What great players have you struck out?
Right,
I bet you Shohei Ohtani's better.
His dad's probably firing back, and he's probably like, Dad, I know you use steroids. Fuck off. He's just firing back, you're lucky we get tested nowadays, Dad. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, what a nasty pitch. That's an awesome thing for Shohei to sign for him because that's hilarious. If you can,
he caught him looking.
Yeah. Well, if you could have some be humble about it, and be like, yeah, well,
it is what
he's throwing 53 miles an hour. We're up 14-1.
We're up 10. We're up 10-0. Might as well. I mean, he threw it 65, I think. So let's get into some college football week 2. This game right here, I mean, I think this spread is absolutely... I mean, it looks ridiculous when you think about the two teams. Number 1, Alabama, heading to Austin and playing Texas. Spread right now is Alabama 20.5, over-under sitting at 65.5.
Who do you like here, Case? That's a stupid question. We're back. Hey, Texas. We're back.
I mean, honestly, I think Bama's going to win by 21.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, they looked good. It's one of those things that I can see them putting up 40-something points in the first half. I mean, I can see Texas scoring too, but I don't see them getting 40 or 30. I see them more getting 20-something points. I'm taking Bama minus 20.5, and I'm also taking the over in this game. I think there's going to be a ton of points.
What's over under 65.5?
65.5. I mean, with Bama, how they can run the ball, even if Texas just drops everyone, they have that. What is it? Gibbs? Is that his name? They got from Georgia Tech, one of the best running backs in the nation, right behind what's his name from Central.
Yeah. Sweet Lou Nichols the third.
I think Bama's going to kick the absolute piss out of Texas.
So, did you see that after the Texas game that I think I said this last episode that quarterback got his car towed?
Yeah, he got his Porsche towed.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
He parked in the wrong spot.
Quinn Ewers, loser. So, a former Ohio State guy. I think Bama wins this. I don't necessarily think Texas is there yet. I mean, wait till Arch Manning gets there, then they'll be back. What do you think about that?
I mean, I agree with that statement. I think Arch Manning committing to Texas is a huge move for Texas.
Do you think Arch Manning's the real deal? You're a huge Eli Manning.
I'm a huge Manning guy. I love Eli. Eli's my favorite Manning, and I also love Peyton. Eli's better than paying 2 Super Bowl champs against Tom Brady, the GOAT. He's 2-0 against Tom Brady in Super Bowls, so Hall of Famer, all automatic Hall of Fame bid right there. But I think Texas will officially be back when Arch Manning is
Yeah,
there.
I don't know. I agree with you. I think Bama wins by more than 21. I'm not super crazy about the over in this one. But I guess with that being said, if Bama's going to win by 21, the over probably does hit. So.
I mean, because I just see Texas punching Bama early, scoring maybe
maybe
7.
like 14-7
like,
or something.
Yeah, like something like that, or not even that, just like hanging around with them. Like Bama goes up 10-0, Texas then scores 10-7, and then or something like in those lines to where they score maybe 14 to 17 points in the first half, and then they get a garbage point touchdown at the very end, and Bama might win 49-21, 49-24, or something like that, or maybe they even might get in the 50s.
Yeah, this is a fun game.
I'm looking forward to this game.
I have some interest in this game personally. 24 Tennessee at number 17 Pitt. The line is Tennessee minus 6.5. Over under 67.
That is
and
insane.
a half.
I love the over.
You love the what?
I love the over.
You love the what?
The over.
I love the what?
I love the over.
I love the over too.
There's going to be a ton of points in this game. I honestly think Pitt's going to cover the 6.5. I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's going to be within 3. I mean, Tennessee, you didn't really see much from them. I mean, they played Ball State. They kicked the shit out of them. Pitt, they scored a ton of points against West Virginia in the backdoor brawl. Yeah. This game is at Pitt. I see them covering the 6.5, and I'm going over this. I see both teams possibly in the 40s.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a shootout. I said it in our first episode. I love Pat Narduzzi. I love Pitt. I expect this place to be rocking again. What an opening slate for Pitt. To start with
West Virginia, then having Tennessee.
Yeah, even if West Virginia is not considered like a great team.
Still a rivalry game.
Yeah, it's a rival. I mean, I'm just talking like back-to-back atmospheres. That's just going to be rocking for them. I expect Pitt to win. I take Pitt, and I love the over. I love the over.
This next game is going to be a shit show of a game. Iowa State heading to Iowa.
This is the worst
in-state rivalry. This game, Iowa is a 3.5-point favorite.
They're going to kick the shit out
of them at 40. This might be crazy because where the number is sitting at right now. Yeah. I'm going under 40.
You're going under 40.
I'm going under 40. I don't see any team getting to 20 points. Iowa won.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No.
I don't see this. I mean, last year.
I gotta write this down. Hold on, folks.
Last year, the final score was Iowa 27, Iowa State 17. Previous years before that, I don't think they got close to 40. I'm going the under. Both teams suck. Both teams are horrible. Iowa can't move the ball. Honestly, this might be a wild statement to say. I see more punts than points in this game.
I see more punts than points?
I'm going to say there's going to be more punts than points in
this
game.
That's wild. No, I think you're on the wrong side of this one. I think Iowa beats them by much more than 3.5. I don't care if it's a rivalry game. And I'll take the over.
Okay, so I guess we're on the opposite side.
Yeah, no, I don't see this the same way you do at all.
Okay.
Which is good. That's good content.
That's great content.
I think you're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You have no idea what you're talking about. What's my record? What's your record? Yeah, that's what I thought. Moving on.
Whoa.
Moving on. Let's talk about the.
Okay, you want to know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna keep track of every single pick that we've. No, we're marking it on the fucking sheet. Fuck you, dude. This is bullshit.
Temporary break.
So what did you take, Bama? You want to start running your fucking lip about picks? Let's go. What the hell did you pick? We're on the same side of Bama, Texas.
Yeah,
right?
Totally.
Bama minus 20.5. Are you over or under? I'm going over.
Yeah, we agree on that.
Tennessee, we're on the same side. Okay, this is the only one we're different. T-Web.
This is all live, folks.
An idiot.
This is how competitive he is.
Picked.
So easy it is to rile him up.
Over. No,
so
this dude's
easy.
just a dumbass.
It's so easy to rile Casey up.
Next game. So we're both on the opposite sides of that one.
Are we talking any more about Iowa, or are we good?
It's up to you.
The only other thing I was going to say is that you're an idiot and you should be on my side, but it's fine.
I mean, when this game goes under, I'm going to text you immediately after, and I want an
It's
apology.
not going under 40 points.
Apology. I want an apology when the under
I think Iowa gets the 40 themselves.
I will bet you $1,000 they don't.
Okay.
That is a wild statement to say.
We'll see.
A team that put up 7 points, they didn't even score a touchdown. They got a field goal and 2 safeties last week against South Dakota State. And you're telling me they're going to put up 40 points.
South Dakota State's prominent, you know?
If Iowa scores more than 40 points any time this year, I will be surprised.
Okay.
That is insane.
We'll see.
That is, I can't believe you just said that stupid shit.
I don't think Iowa State's very good.
Next game, moving on. Akron heading to number 14, Michigan State. Michigan State is 34.5-point favorites. Over under at 56. What are your thoughts about this game?
The over-under set at a great number.
Over-under is set at a great number.
I don't really have an opinion on that.
I'm not touching the over-under. I love Michigan State 34.5. No.
I don't love that.
Now that when I said it out loud, I immediately take that back.
Because I could see State winning by
28.
Yeah, and that's still a blowout. You know what I mean?
I see him. Because I don't think Tucker's a run-it-up type of coach.
No, right. That's what I mean.
Even though they threw the ball on the air, even though they were still up by a lot last week.
No, they weren't.
I mean, Akron's not that good.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one for me because I think State's got some stuff to figure out. So I think they're going to be more worried about figuring out their offense versus scoring.
They're heading to Washington next week. So is this one of those games that are they going to be looking ahead to next week? And I'm not saying they're going to lose. But
no, they're not going to lose.
Are they only going to win by 21 and 28? Yeah, they can still put together.
You also don't know how much they want to show before they head to
Thing.
Washington.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might want to get some fun. Yeah.
So now that I'm talking about it, I'm going Akron plus 34.5 in this game.
Yeah.
I'm not betting it. That's just if I was touching it, that's what I would go.
I agree.
I'm not even going to say anything on the over-under because – no, let's just go under. Let's go under. Under 56.
Yeah, see, whenever I feel like I don't – like when I look at it, I'm like, wow, that's a good number. I want to take the over just because, like, overs club.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I always want to for points, but I'm also looking at it as, I guess, I just don't see.
56 just isn't a lot. Like, what's.
I mean, I see Michigan State getting 28 to 35.
You think it's only going to be a 7-point game?
Is Akron going to score 7 or 14?
Oh, I thought you said it was Michigan State's going to win 28 to
I'm saying is Michigan State can get to 28 or 35 points, and then can they go north of that? And how much is Akron going to score?
Yeah, I could see it being like.
Even if Michigan State gets
being like 35-7.
Even if Michigan State gets 42, can Akron get 2 touchdowns?
42-7. I'll take the under. I agree. If I was on, yeah, you talked me into it. Yeah, I agree.
So this is another game I love this weekend.
This is a rivalry.
So number 20
Big
Kentucky
rivalry.
heading down to the swamp and playing number 12 Florida. Florida was unranked last week. They beat a top 10 team in the country, and they jumped to 12. That is insane. Florida is a 6-point favorite, over under at 52. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts?
I think we're on the opposite side of this game.
Because I have a dying affection for Kentucky.
Oh, you're going Kentucky. I thought you were
No, I mean, I have a personal connection. I got family there. My cousin went there. I've always liked Kentucky, but
I just thought you were so high on Florida. Your buddy you met down in Treasure Island.
Yeah,
I just thought you were going to ride Florida -6. You are?
Yeah.
Oh, so I was right. I'm going Kentucky +6. I think.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's hard for me, but. Hold on 1 second.
I mean, I just feel like coming off that win against Utah, such a high win, being a top 10 team, now you jumped all the way to 12. I feel like they're going to be off a little bit of a high. They're going to start slow. Kentucky's going to punch them in the mouth. I mean, I'm not saying Kentucky's going to win.
You just like it being.
I think them winning with it. Definitely less than a touchdown. It's sitting at 6. I see the game being within 3 points. I mean, Kentucky hasn't beat Florida since the 80s, I think, in Florida.
Yeah. No, well, of course not.
So, I mean, I'm going Kentucky +6. And
You like the over 52? It's college football. I'm taking the over.
I'll go the over.
Yeah.
I'll go over.
Yeah. Because this could be a shootout.
Yeah, I could see that.
Also, Anthony Richardson is a dog for Florida. He's a dog. Tucker is a dog.
I heard he had one of the biggest jumps in odds from last week to this week.
And so that's Stetson Bennett.
So does
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Stetson Bennett jumped like 1,100 fucking points. It was crazy. Next game, Casey, number 10, USC, Lincoln Riley at Stanford.
I mean, this
USC USC -8, over under 67.
I mean, I threw this on just because of the rivalry.
I like the under.
Stanford's beat USC, I think, the last 2 out of the last 3 years. I like the under because I can just see Stanford holding the ball, not letting USC have that many possessions because they know how good they are. They want to keep the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands.
I just don't expect Stanford to score that much, to be honest.
I could see that also. I mean, I honestly...
How is USC only an 8-point favorite? It's because it's at Stanford? It just feels like Stanford or USC is going to blow the bricks off them. I don't know.
I think it's a rivalry game. I mean, that's what I think everyone thinks.
Is it a night game? I'm going to look that up.
It is a night game.
Is it? Yeah.
Ooh, what time would be over there? I think it's like an 8 o'clock game or a 10 o'clock game.
Like 10 o'clock Eastern?
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
But, I mean, I see Stanford.
You want to let him out? We can take a quick break.
I see Stanford. No, he's just being annoying because he wants to get in the fucking episode.
It's 7:30
because he's not over here. He wants to be over here.
So it's 7:30 our time, so it'll be like 4:30 their time.
So I mean, I'm gonna go Stanford +8. Honestly,
really,
I think it's gonna be a close game. I mean, I think.
Wow, we're on the. Are you still keeping track of all these? Yeah, you just made a whole fucking thing about it before we started this, or as we were in the middle of this, I should say. I should say.
Okay,
Jesus.
so you have Florida -6.
Let's just say. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, of course, and I have the over.
And then you have USC -8.
Correct. You already did Akron, Michigan State.
What do you mean? We agreed on that.
Oh, so you're only keeping track of the ones.
Keeping track of the difference.
Okay.
I mean, the ones that we were on. I mean, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
fine.
Should keep track of that.
Yeah, because at least we'll know we were both wrong. Sorry, guys. This is part of the process.
I mean, go on to the next game. I mean,
yeah. So just to wrap it up, I think USC is going to blow Stanford out. Casey's on the wrong side of that one. Hawaii at Michigan. This is a local game for us, guys. It's a big storyline here in Ann Arbor with J.J. McCarthy getting his first start as the quarterback for Michigan.
I just want to say this. The spread of this game is absolutely ridiculous. But it's not really that ridiculous.
No Michigan slander.
No, I'm not slandering, and I'm just saying it's...
One of our valued listeners told me to tell you.
No, I get that. I'm not slandering. I'm just saying the spread's absolutely ridiculous. The spread is 51.5. Well, the over/under is at 67. I'm not slandering. I'm not slandering that Michigan scheduled a high school opponent for their team. But what I'm saying is, it's just
good one.
How disrespectful is Vegas to Hawaii in this one? Saying that Michigan's gonna win.
They should.
I mean, no, Michigan's going to win. I think Michigan's going to win by 60 or more.
Yeah, I also think with JJ being in, they're going to throw it around, give JJ a chance to really prove that he's the guy.
Yeah, so. No, I mean this one.
Hawaii sucks. I mean, they're horrible. I mean, they're horrible.
You had Vanderbilt. You lost to Vanderbilt 63-10 on the island. Then you also got your ass kicked by Western Kentucky last week. and now you're heading to number 4 Michigan, and you're playing in the big house.
Right.
You have no shot.
Yeah,
Michigan, literally, if they weren't in a QB battle right now, they could play their starters first quarter and not play in the rest of the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Hawaii's horrible. This will be a game that we will be watching closely because of the QB battle, I would say. We're good. We can go through it afterwards. I'll remember. I think because of the local drama that's going on, we'll be watching this game closely. Like I'm going to be very curious to see how JJ does.
Honestly, there's
and how sorry to cut you off, but and how much they let him loose. That's what I'm curious about.
No other game that's going to be on. I mean, yeah, this is a 51.5-point spread, and it's on the Big Ten Network that we'll have to watch it on, I think. So it's going to be a blowout. There's obviously going to be a lot better games on, possibly, but
yeah,
out of games that I'm going to be interested in, like you said, we live in Michigan. I'm going to keep my eye on it just because of that. It's mainly because of that QB battle that's going on in Ann Arbor.
No, I agree.
So we both have Michigan minus 51.5, and I mean, are you taking the over?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're both on the same page there. This is honestly one of my favorite games.
No. I will take the under, but I will take Michigan minus 51.5.
I mean, Michigan hits 63. You don't see Hawaii getting 7,
I don't
possibly.
think Hawaii's going to score.
Okay.
They're horrible. They scored how many points against Vanderbilt?
10.
Right.
So next game, we have number 9 Baylor heading up to BYU. BYU is a 3-point favorite, over-under at 53. I think this is going to be a shootout. I think this game is going to go north of 54, so I'm taking the over. BYU is a tough place to play. Honestly, when a couple years ago, BYU used to be my team. I think one year I went 4-1-1 with them, betting on them throughout the year. Betting on them, so betting on them to win, betting on them to lose. I was hot with BYU for some reason. BYU is my team, which is a weird thing.
You love the Mormons.
So I'm taking BYU minus 3, and I'm also taking the over in this game.
I don't know, man. Baylor's really good. It says something that BYU's favored in this game. Like that says something definitely about their atmosphere there, because obviously Baylor's ranked 9th and they're ranked 21st. This is tough.
It was a tough one. This one was one of the ones that I did no research on. I'm just going straight from the heart.
Hold on. I wrote something down about this game. Give me a sec. I can't believe you just said that. Fuck it. He said, "Fuck it." This is one game. I think in my gut I got to go Baylor, man. They've had a good program the last couple of years. They've been close to making the college football playoff. I know it's at BYU. I just think Baylor wins, man. And I do like the over. But I think Baylor wins. All right. Ready? All right, guys. So here we go. We are going to get into our NFL part of the podcast, the show. I hope you're still sticking with us. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We love you guys, and we're just hoping to continue to get better at this, every episode. So getting, started with NFL Week 1. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's get into our Super Bowl prediction. Who do you think's going to make it to the Super Bowl?
Okay. So I've been thinking about this. You want to do like NFC? We each give an NFC, then we each give our AFC.
Give your Super Bowl
I got
prediction.
49ers, Raiders.
Who's going to win?
Niners.
First-year quarterback, Trey Lance.
Yep. I actually think it'll be Jimmy G, but yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a bold pick there.
Yep.
Yep. I'm honestly probably going what everyone's going with. Might be the easiest. Probably everyone's going this. I'm going Rams-Bills with the Bills winning it.
You think the Rams are making it back to the Super Bowl?
I just think the Rams team is good. I mean, it was either them or the Bucks. And
Oh, the Bucs is a good one.
The Bucs is, and I just feel like the Rams offense is just really good, and with them losing, like they don't have Gronk anymore, the Bucs and all that. So I'm going. I like the Rams. I'm a huge Stafford guy, so Rams Bills with the Bills winning, Josh Allen winning MVP of the Super Bowl.
You like Josh Allen winning MVP?
I love Josh Allen. Love Josh Allen.
So, I would say this. I know mine both pick. I think the Raiders are going to be.
They're going to be a good team this year. I think they're going to be. They might win. No, they're in a division with the Chiefs, right?
It's them, Chiefs, Denver, and Chargers.
I mean, that's a tough division. That's a really tough division. I can still see them slipping out of that division and making the playoffs.
I have the Raiders being like last year's Bengals, where they're kind of being overlooked. It feels like, and they're like, oh yeah, you got Devontae Adams, but you still have David Carr, or Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr.
I think Derek Carr's an underrated quarterback.
I do. I love Derek Carr. So, but yeah. So I got 49ers, Raiders. I got 49ers winning it all. You got
the Bills winning it all.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right, let's get into our NFL week one. Week one. Let's fucking do it, dude. I'm pumped up for NFL season. NFL games are really hard to bet, by the way.
No, spreads are so close. Over-unders are just so tight. It sucks. Eagles heading to Detroit and playing the Lions. I was hoping we'd
save this one for the last.
Let's do it.
Let's go to Saints Falcons, because Eagles Lions is the one we're going to probably talk about the most. Okay, let's go to Saints Falcons.
We'll go through everyone else, and then I was just thinking we'd just run through everyone from 1 o'clock down. But we'll save.
Can we save the Lions just for me?
Lions for last. I still love this next game. The Saints heading to Atlanta and playing the Falcons. Saints are 5.5-point favorites. Over under set at 42.5.
Yeah. What do you like?
I love the Saints. Love the Saints here minus 5.5. I don't think the Falcons have a chance, and I'm going the over in this game.
Yeah. New Orleans has definitely has an advantage on both sides, like especially up front, which I think will definitely pay dividends. Saints defense is really good. I think Jameis knows the offense better this year than he did last year. And
he was 5-2 with Jameis until he got hurt.
Yeah, and his weapons are like much better than they were last year. Like he'll have Michael Thomas back, Chris Olave, Kamara's healthy. So I agree. I like the Saints. I think the Falcons might surprise teams this year. I don't know that they're going to be as bad as people think, but I do think the Saints will win this game. For sure. I like your predictions, and I think we're all kind of like low key Jameis fans. Like we want him to do well because he's such an intriguing character. You know what I mean? Yeah. W.
Did you hear his comments this week?
No. What did he say?
What the fuck did he say? He said some stupid shit.
What was it about this game?
About like how your body.
Of course he did. Jameis is always full of those like comments where you're just like, sometimes you're better just to keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? Instead of just talking. I feel like Jameis gets caught doing that quite a bit, where he gets an interview and he's like, yeah, well, and then he just forgets what he was going to say, So, while Casey looks that up, I'll just reiterate, Saints minus 5.5.
Videos. I don't want to play the video. I don't know how that audio is going to play.
So, what, he just said something crazy about his body?
About how you have your hands... How you have hands and your hands are how your body is symmetrical or something like that. How your hands are your feet, your arms are your legs, your knees are your elbows.
Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Knees and toes. Eyes and
wild
and nose. Head, shoulder. Okay. What's the next one on here?
We have San Francisco 49ers heading to your Super Bowl champs.
The Bears.
Heading to Chicago to play the Bears. Right now, the spread is at the 49ers, sitting at 6.5-point favorites. Over-under setting at 40. Key note to this game. Kittle hasn't practiced the last 2 days.
He
hasn't practiced Wednesday. He hasn't practiced Thursday.
He's got a groin injury.
He has a groin injury, so he is questionable for the game. Does that impact the spread of this game or who you're picking in this
No.
game?
I got 49ers over 6.5. I got 40s, fucking another perfect number. I think that with all the drama going on and the 49ers, we've kind of alluded to it in a couple shows with like the J.J. McCarthy and Cade McNamara drama. It's kind of similar to Trey Lance and
Did you hear that he was upset
yeah.
that they restructured their contract with Jimmy G?
Yep. But Jimmy claims that they're like best friends. I don't know. It's bizarre.
It's a weird.
That's an easy way to fracture a locker room, man. And I know we've talked about it, but that's just such. I mean, I think that with all that drama though that's going on over there, I think it's easy to overlook how good San Fran's defense is and their running game. And Kyle Shanahan's a genius. I think 49. I don't think the Bears are very good, man. I just don't.
I don't think the Bears are very good. I mean, I think is this Trey Lance's first start?
Yeah.
In Chicago, Chicago's a tough place to play. I know they suck still, but I might be kicking myself after saying this. I'm going Bears plus 6.5.
That's wild.
I see them keeping this game close. Bears plus 6.5.
That's wild. I think 49ers could win this game without Trey Lance throwing a forward pass, to be honest.
Okay. Next game was a rivalry game. Steelers heading to Cincinnati and playing the Bengals. Bengals are 6.5-point favorites. Over-under is sitting at 44.5. That is another perfect number, in my opinion, that I don't like. Rivalry game, you think Steelers are going to keep it close within the 6.5. But then, I mean, just looking at the two teams, I mean, I don't know. I see the Bengals. I mean,
I like the under here. I like under 44.5, and the Bengals are going to win.
Bengals are going to win. I see Bengals are going to win, but are they just win? Are you taking the Steelers plus?
You just called me on my cop out.
Yeah, nice cop out answer.
Fuck, man. It's a
tough. I mean, it's one of those. I mean,
I'm worried that like Joe Burrow just seems to be that dude where I don't know that they're gonna have like a hangover, like a Super Bowl hangover. I know they didn't win it, but like they're obviously like the new kids on the block,
right?
So I don't know. Bengals win by more than 6.5.
See, that's what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah,
I'm slightly leaning towards the Bengals minus 6.5, just because
they might have a statement to make.
Mitchell Trubisky is the Steelers quarterback. I mean, I get they have some decent receivers. They have they have a stud running back in Najee Harris. I just don't see them keeping up with the Bengals. So Bengals minus 6.5, and I'm with you. I'm going under 44.5. This next game is intriguing. Another rivalry game. The New England Patriots heading down to Miami and playing the Dolphins. I'm surprised at the spread, honestly.
Yeah, I can't believe the Dolphins are favored.
3.5-point favorites.
But historically, the Dolphins have kicked the shit out of the Patriots.
Miami.
Yeah, in Miami.
In Miami, over-under sitting at 46.5.
Under
46.5, and honestly, I'm going Pats plus 3.5.
Yeah, same.
I see them still. I see the Dolphins winning the game. I see it being a field goal game.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I
mean, there's really not much to say about the game.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of the Pats just because all the drama coming out of their training camp
too.
with the offense. Like and like how good is Tua and Tyreek going to be? Yeah, this is a game I would not put any action on. But if I did, I'll
go Pats plus 3.5.
Yeah, I agree.
And the under.
Yep. Wow, we're agreeing too much. I'm about to start just saying some contrarian shit because this is going to get boring.
You said some stupid shit earlier when you brought up Iowa, but other than that, the Baltimore Ravens
I'm already like ahead on the year though.
Heading to New York and playing the New York Jets. So isn't Joe Flacco starting
for the first
Jets?
4 games? It sounds like yep. First 4 games. That's what it sounds like.
Ravens are 7-point favorites. Over/under sitting at 44.5.
I like the over.
I like the over. I mean, I don't know.
Of course you do. He's just following me now.
I don't know if giving the Ravens 7 is. I don't like giving NFL teams 7 points. I don't like sitting at. I mean, honestly, I might say Ravens minus 7 because if they win by 7, then that's a push. So Ravens minus 7.
Yeah, I like the Ravens like 21-10.
So you're going same pick as me, so you're agreeing with me.
Correct.
Even though you just talked shit about me agreeing with you, but now you're agreeing with me.
I said
so.
it
How about you pick your own picks and not just pick the same thing I just did? Yeah, that's what I thought. Won that argument. Moving on.
What's next?
The Jaguars heading to Washington and playing the Commanders.
This is such a nothing game.
The Commanders are 2.5-point favorites. Over under sitting at 44. Commanders minus 2.5. Under 44.
I like Jaguars in this, and I'll take the under.
So we're agreeing with the under, and we're just on the opposite side. You think the Jaguars can win this game?
Yeah.
See, I thought about that.
Yeah. I just think Peterson's a real coach. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be better. ETN's a dog, and they have weapons on both sides of the ball there, man. I do. I'm low key. I'm low key a little higher on the Jags this year than some people. I don't think they're going to be like a winning record. I just don't know that they're going to be as bad as people think.
Right.
So and the Commanders are.
And they're not good, but it's just
organization.
I mean, Ron Rivera's quarterback. That's what I mean. Coach. That's why I thought that they'll win this game by more than 2.5. Carson Wentz. I mean, I think he has something to prove just because he seems like he's just getting shipped around the NFL right now.
Who?
Carson Wentz.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm reading something.
So I feel like he has a proven game. I feel like he's going to come out and he has to win this game. He cannot lose to the Jags or the Commanders team are going to be like, do we need Tyler Heineke out here now?
Right? Yeah, the dog. He's got dog in him. I would say that the only thing that's going for Washington here is that like the staff has been there longer, so they should be further along in like their rebuild.
Right.
So, like, they should be in a better position to beat Jacksonville. I just see Jacksonville having, like, the type of season kind of how the Lions had last year where it's like, we don't give a fuck, and we're going to play you hard, and they might just throw the book at everyone. Like, they could be doing fake punts. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, let's compete, you know?
This next game I absolutely love. Browns heading to the Panthers. It is a pick'em. Over-under sitting at 42. I think Baker is going to come out and he's going to be pissed off. I'm taking the Panthers. I'm taking the over.
I agree. I have nothing else to say. Baker was recently, there was a story that came out. There's a reporter that he knew, I think it was in a preseason game where she wasn't like interviewing him, but she just basically came up because they're like familiar to her and said, "Hey, give him hell next week." And he was like, "I'm gonna fuck him up." Like that's what he told her.
I hope he does.
And she messed up because it got like she went on a podcast and they asked like, what do you like about this game? And she basically said what happened, and she immediately was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna become a headline." And I guess she felt bad about it because then Baker has to be like, "Oh, you said you're gonna fuck him up," and he's like, "Oh, dude, I kind of just said that." Like, it'd be like me if going up to KJ and be like, "Hey, man, give him hell next year." Yeah, we're gonna fuck him up. Like, what else are you supposed to say if you're Baker? Give him my best. They're a good team, though.
Right?
No, he's not gonna say that. This is a prove it game for Baker. He earned that job clearly. I never thought it was even a QB competition there. Sam Darnold stinks.
Oh, damn, Sam Darnold's horrible.
And I've always thought Baker was a good quarterback. I mean,
I'm a huge Baker guy.
Yeah,
I've been a Baker guy since he was at Oklahoma.
I agree. Yeah, we're on the same side of this one. I like him pretty much showing out in this game.
I see that.
And I still like. I think if the Browns somehow go in there and not just win, but if they like dominate, that says a lot about that coaching staff. Basically saying like, shut out all that Deshaun noise. We still have dogs in this locker room. Let's go eat. You know what I mean? But I like Carolina.
This next game, that's another game that I'm not that interested in. The Colts heading to Texas and playing the Texans.
This is so easy to me.
Colts are 7-point favorites. Over under at 46. I mean, this could be a trap game. For like bettors. I mean, obviously the easiest bet is Colts -7.
Oh, I think they're going to win by much more than 7.
So do I, but it's also the NFL. We're talking about professionals. I
get
the Texans suck. The Texans are not a good team.
I just think Matt Ryan's there to win. What?
So quit shaking your leg. Shaking the whole fucking couch. But I mean, I agree.
This
Colts
one,
-7.
yeah, I think they're definitely going to win by more than that. I'm not touching the over/under. I have no opinion on that. It could be, 24-7 Colts. You like the over? Okay. I think I will say this about the Texans. Damian Pierce is going to be a dog. Roof, roof.
Davis Mills is an underrated quarterback, but
Are you good? He looks
next
like a
game,
giraffe.
the New York Football Giants heading to Tennessee and playing the Titans. Titans are 5.5-point favorites. Over under sitting at 43.5. I hate that number.
Yeah, that's
Hate. I want to go under, but I can also see it also getting like a 24-20 type of game. I'm honestly taking the even though I said the final score could be 24-20. I'm taking the Titans -5.5 against the Giants. I don't think the Giants are that good of a football team.
No, this will make a 35-17 game. The Titans are going to win. Saquon's going to ball out. I bet Saquon has over 100 yards rushing. I think Daniel Jones is a fraud. And they're in year one of a new coach, man. It's a total rebuild for the Giants. So over under.
I'm not touching it. I'm down to
I'll take the over.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the over.
You know what? I'll ride it with you. I'll go over.
Yeah, I like the over.
Titans -5.5.
Actually, I want to bet that. Yeah, I'll take the over. Yeah.
Next game, I actually kind of love this game. The Green Bay Packers heading to Minnesota and playing the Minnesota Vikings. Packers are a 1.5-point favorite. Over under sitting at 47. What are your thoughts on this game?
I have a confession, Casey.
What is it?
You're gonna hate it. You might love it actually, but I don't know.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'm going Vikings money line. Vikings are winning this game.
Yeah. I have in the coming weeks become increasingly more and more affectionate of the Minnesota Vikings.
I honestly see them winning the North.
Yeah, I think they're going to win.
I think that the Packers are going to have a down year by losing Devontae Adams, who is Aaron Rodgers going to throw the ball to. The Vikings have a three-headed monster at receiving core. I'm not saying that just because I'm a huge fan of KJ Osborne. I think he is an underrated third receiver. They have, I would say, 2 top 10 receivers in Jamar Jefferson and Thielen. And then you also bring in KJ into the mix. Then you also have that Smith Jr. tight end.
Shout out KJ.
Yeah, shout out KJ Osborne. And then you have, who's their running back? I just had him at the top. Dalvin Cook.
And Madison.
Yeah, so I mean, if Cook stays healthy, the Vikings will win that division.
Well, so what I like the most about the Vikings this year is, like, I know we just talked about, like, new regimes. They were already a good football team when this coach took over for Zimmer, and they brought in, like, a bright offensive mind from the Rams.
Their offense is going to get even better.
Yeah, and, like, Jefferson came out and, like, said in a podcast, he was like, dude, if I've been playing this offense my entire career, I'd already be, like, the best ever. He was like, this is crazy, the looks I'm getting. I think Daniel Hunter and Zadarius Smith up front for the Vikings are a wrecking ball duo. Like I said, I'm becoming kind of high on the Vikings this year. I think they could shock some people. So yeah, I think it's good. I do think Green Bay will make the playoffs. I think Aaron Rodgers is just too good not to.
Oh yeah.
But I would expect it's not going to be in Week 1 that we see their bright.
Oh no, I see them coming out very flat, especially the game being in Minnesota. If it was in Green Bay, I might have a completely different opinion on that. But with it being in Minnesota, I'm going Minnesota money line, and I'm going over 47.
You like over 47?
I love over 47.
Yeah, it could be a shootout. I could see that.
Because
I don't know, because Green Bay's going to control the run, man. The only thing I'm worried about in this game is like time and possession. Green Bay could dominate that because I could just see the Vikings scoring quick.
You know what? Let's go under. I'm going under actually.
Yeah, I think under. Yeah, I think under. Yeah, I think under. Yeah.
This next game was another game that I was up in the air about.
Was this Chiefs Cardinals?
Heading to Arizona and playing the Arizona Cardinals. Chiefs are 5.5-point favorites. Over under sitting at 53.5. This is one of those games that, the Chiefs lost Tyreek Hill. They got Juju. I'm not saying Juju is compared to Tyreek. They're not on the same.
You got it at 5.5, right?
5.5. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just gonna. The Cardinals usually come out hot at the beginning of the year. Its game is in Arizona. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna go Chiefs. I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm going Chiefs -5.5, and I'm going the over. I think this game is going to be a shootout. Are you on the opposite side of me?
No.
You're on the same. Let's look at that.
Like I'm trying to think
He's
of a
just
point.
rolling with the king like he normally does in bets.
Listen, it's one of those things where I
mean,
think
if you just want to be like me, just say so. Try to be like me in golf. Try to be like
okay,
me
dude, shut up. Are you good? So I don't listen. What I was gonna say is I think both teams have something to prove this year. The Chiefs got to prove that like without Tyreek Hill, they still have plenty of options. And even Pat Mahomes have come out and said like it's kind of nice not having like two main targets. You know what I mean? It's like it's cool spreading the ball around. I just think that's gonna make them harder to cover though. Because you're gonna have no idea who to key on.
you can't double cover that guy. You can't key in on this dude and just be like, hey, if we're gonna lose by this guy, not by
it seems ironic to say to be like, oh, they're harder to cover without Tyreek Hill. But I think schematically, like you could at least try to scheme for Hill. Here, you're just like we got to scheme for their whole offense. And Andy Reid's so creative. But on the same token, I think the Cardinals are not bad. I believe in Kyler Murray. I know Call of Duty hasn't come out yet, but
he's good until Call of Duty comes out.
I don't know, man. I like the over and I like the Chiefs. Just that's the easiest way to say it. What's the next one we got?
This next game, I also love the Las Vegas Raiders heading to L.A. and playing the Chargers.
I'll take the over. 52.
It is L.A., right? L.A. Chargers, right?
Well, they share the same stadium.
Yep.
No, they don't. Sorry, that's them and the Rams.
So the Chargers are 3.5-point favorites. Over/under sitting at 52. I love the Raiders at 3.5, and I also love the over.
I'll take both. I think
Ryan with the king again.
You just got to speak first this time. that's all that happened. That's all that happened. I like.
Great excuse.
I like the fact that Derek Carr and Devontae Adams went to college together.
Oh, I think
there's a connection there.
That's a great connection.
Josh McDaniels is a stud offensive coordinator. He proved it in coordinator. He proved it in New England, and I think the Chargers could stumble a little bit.
I think the Chargers are going to be, I think the Raiders are going to be a sleeper team this year.
Yeah, I agree. I have them in the Super Bowl. Way to ride with me. Thanks.
Even though I said my pick first and you rode with me. But moving on, let's get to the Sunday night game. I think we're on opposite sides of this one. The Tampa Bay don't touch me. Don't reach over on my side. See this line right here? There's a line. You can't cross on my side.
Like I'm looking at your microphone levels and you are hollering at that bitch.
Sorry. Let's get to the next game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Dallas, playing in Jerry's World, and playing the Dallas Cowboys. The Bucs are 2.5-point favorites. Over/under sitting at 50.5. I mean,
I got Cowboys.
Why? You might talk me into the Cowboys, honestly.
He's gonna ride with T. Webby. He's riding with T. Webby.
I'm going Bucs -2.5 just because you said that. Bucs -2.5. I'm going over 50.5.
All right, can I get my reasoning at least?
No.
Okay, moving on. No, I'm kidding. Everyone said I'm crazy for this year. I think the Cowboys are going to be pretty good. I believe in Dak Prescott.
People have been saying that for the past 10 years.
I hate the Cowboys,
it
man.
Happen.
I hate the Cowboys, but I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you. Micah Parsons is a dog.
America's team.
Right? Yeah. I hate the Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb's a dog. I think Tony Pollard is going to win people fantasy leagues this year. He's the backup for the Cowboys, running back. I like the Cowboys here. I think they played to start the year last year, and I think the Bucs ended up winning, or the Cowboys won. They recently played to start the year. I like the Cowboys here. In Jerry World, I think they're going to be good. Jalen Tobert, I have him on my fantasy team. He is a wide receiver for the Cowboys. With Michael Gallup hurt, he should be wide receiver 2 there. He's a dog, South Alabama product. Let's go. I got Cowboys. What do you like? Do you like the over or the under?
I'm going over.
Over 51? I'll take the under.
I mean, it's a stretch, but I'm going over.
I like the under, especially with Brady being out 11 days. I think it's going to take him longer than people think to get back into it.
You might be right there. I just love points, so I'm rooting for points on Sunday night. This next game, I don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah, this is crazy what the spread is.
Denver heading to Seattle and playing the Seahawks. Denver is 6.5-point favorites. Over-under sitting at 44.5.
Russ is going to torch them.
Yeah, I see Russ being pissed off in this game and just absolutely annihilating the Seahawks. I'm taking Broncos minus 6.5.
Yep.
See, I want to take the over.
I'm taking the over.
But it's also, I mean, how many points are the Seahawks going to score?
I don't care about
Who's
that.
their quarterback, Geno Smith?
Yeah, I'm taking the.
Or is this one of those things that
I think
the Bucks can get, or the Broncos can get 42, and then the Seahawks gets 3.
Yeah, so I'm taking the over only because I think Cortland Sutton alone catches 2 touchdown passes. So I'm taking though that's a little extra juice for you guys if you guys want to do a player prop bet. I would take Cortland Sutton over 2 touchdown catches. Everything that's been reported from Broncos camp is that's like Russ's favorite receiver there.
Let's ride together. Minus 6.5 and the over.
All right, let's go to our big game of the week only because it's local here. Lions, Eagles. This is a huge game for Detroit. They are sold out hosting the Eagles week 1 at Ford Field.
I mean, I think
1 p.m. pick.
Sell out week 1 usually because Lions fans are so happy about it.
They don't.
They don't?
No, this is. No.
Is it?
Yeah, no.
I went to an opener one year and I swear it was sold out. It was Lions Titans. Lions lost, but it was a phenomenal game. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
We can just cut and come back to this one.
No, we're leaving this in. We're leaving this in, guys. We're leaving all this in. This is live because we're great podcasters.
Yeah, no, okay. So, okay.
So you were wrong?
No.
But let's just get to the game. Eagles minus 4. Over-under sitting at 48.5. I absolutely love this game. I think the Lions are going to win outright. I'm taking the over. 48.5. Lions win outright.
So did you hear that's not happening? Did you hear about how if you bought a standing room only ticket to Ford Field this week, you got a free ticket to next week's game?
Are you serious?
Yeah. So if you buy a standing room only ticket to see the Eagles, they'll give you a ticket for next week.
Well, that's dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think they're embracing the fans. I love that. Unfortunately, as much as I want the Lions to win, I got the Eagles in this one. Too much firepower. Jalen Hurts is a dog, and A.J. Brown is a dog. Miles Sanders ran all over the Lions last year. Eagles have arguably the best offensive line in football. I got the Eagles in this one. Eagles are easily going to cover, and 48.5. I'll take the over.
Yeah, I love the over in this game.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
I think it's just going to be 2. Dallas Goddard, dog. The Eagles are just good, man.
The Eagles are good. I mean, I think the Lions team is going to be a sleeping team this year. I have them winning 10 games.
10?
Might be a stretch. So do you. Shut the fuck up. So do you. We went over this a week ago, and you had them at 10.
All right, we said we were going to redo that. Just saying.
Redo what? You still said we had you at 10. Doesn't matter. We had you at 10 wins. We're marking it.
Talky.
Hey, let's get into our picks of the week. So let's go over your covers of the week.
Do you want to go back over how we did last week first, or want to do that?
Yeah. Let's do a little recap of last week. So last week's pick of the week, I had a record of 3-2. You went 4-1. I was on the wrong side of my over.
What? I went what? I went what?
You went 5-0. You act like you went 5-0.
I went what?
You're acting like you went 5-0. You're acting like
you
you went
bet
5-0.
You bet with T. Webby. Don't bet with
You're
King
acting like
Casey.
you went 5-0.
I made more money than you did. I made more money than you did.
Okay.
It all went back to the podcast because we're just trying to make it better for you guys. But all I'm saying is I made more money than you did.
It is what it is. So I have to regroup this week. I went 3-2 last week. I was on the wrong side of my over and my under. You were on the wrong side of your under. My over was the Michigan game that lost by 3. My under was the UCLA game, and that game was close. What was your under last week?
My under was Army, right?
Your under was Army. That game hit over. You had no. That was not even close. So my games were at least close. Your game wasn't even close. So ride with me, people. Don't ride with T Web. He sucks.
So yeah, my Army was my under was Coastal Carolina Army, and that was 53.5, and that was a loss.
Yeah.
Yours was Bowling Green UCLA 57.
Yep. And then Michigan, Colorado State at 60.
Yep. And we both won our dog.
Yeah,
Florida shot to Anthony Richardson.
Rode together on that. That was a hell of a game.
Yep.
We talked about that on our last episode. Go check it out. Episode 2 if you haven't checked it out already. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, I will say that your Troy cover last week was great. Plus 21.5.
No, that was a phenomenal cover.
Yeah, that was
kind of a late backdoor cover on that one. I was a little nervous in that one at the beginning of the game, or I think it was about halftime. I texted you, and I was like, I'm a little nervous about this game. I thought I was going to lose. I mean, I started out bad. I didn't think I was going to have a winning record last week, and I knew going in.
You're plus, so you're still plus on the year. I'll give you that.
I'm good.
Yeah,
let's move on to our picks of the week. What is your covers of the week?
Okay, so my covers of the week, let me get here. So for college, I got Army to cover +3. Army is playing UTSA, Texas San Antonio. I think Army's going to beat them by, just handedly. I don't know why.
I can see Army winning.
Why is Army not the favorite? That's crazy.
Because I think what happened last week to him.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Army in this game. My other cover of the week, we talked about it a little bit earlier. I got Raiders covering +3.5. I think they're going to beat the Chargers, no problem. So that's what I'm riding with. What about you, King? What are your covers of the week?
Some of my covers of the week, or get over your last 2 covers of the week. Then I'll.
Oh, you want me to do? Okay.
Then I'll run through.
So I also have Iowa covering 3.5. I like Iowa to just win the game straight up. So I don't 3.5. No problem. And then I have the Colts covering 7 against the Texans because I think they're going to win about 10,
those
14.
Those are some decent picks
there.
there.
They are. You want to ride with me? You want to change it? This is your chance.
I'm not changing. I love.
You sure you come out? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding.
I love all my picks. I mean, one of my pluses of the week I'm a little nervous about. I mean, the one I'm not is Kentucky +6. I think they're going to keep that close against Florida this week. I think Florida's going to come off a high. That it's just Kentucky's going to keep that a little close. Talked about it earlier. One of my other covers is the Bears taking 6.5 against the 49ers. Especially if Kittle's going to be out. I love the +6.5 in that one. My other covers are Alabama 20.5 points against Texas.
Yeah.
I see them winning by 21 or more.
Yeah, I think we both.
I think they're going to kick the shit out of Texas.
We were on the same side of that one.
Same side of that one. I think we're both on the same side of this one. The Saints 5.5 points against the Falcons. I see them winning by a touchdown or more, possibly even double digits. I think Jameis Winston is a good quarterback. I can see the Saints possibly winning that division.
You're absolutely bonkers for taking Bears +6.5.
That might be a wild pick of mine, but
I mean, dude, your odds on that have to be great.
I'm going.
That's insane.
I'm going. What is your overs of the week?
Okay, so
what we did this week is we ran one college and one NFL of all of our picks.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so just because it's week 1 in the NFL, we're not sure if we'll do it every week. We're going to try to.
Well, at least we might be a mixture of both, but there will still be at least one.
Yeah.
There will be at least two covers of the week, one under, one over, and one dog.
At least.
By both of us.
Yeah. So my over of the week for the NFL is Browns-Panthers, over 42 points. We already talked about it earlier. It's going to be a shootout. I like Baker just, throwing his tripod on the table and basically saying, come on, what are we doing? For college, I like Tennessee-Pittsburgh over 65.5.
Love that game.
Yeah, shootout.
That game's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, it's going to be great. That's actually one of the games I'm most excited to watch.
No, I'm excited to watch that one on Saturday. Nice little.
Sure.
I think that game's at 7. It's a night game. Another night game in the swamp.
In the swamp.
It's in Florida.
I'm talking about Tennessee-Pittsburgh.
Oh, sorry. I still think that's going to be a shootout.
What do you got
My
for your
overs are the week? I'm riding with you on Tennessee-Pittsburgh. I think we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, over 65.5.
Over 65.5. I had that on the sheet before tea, just to let you guys all know.
No,
My other over of the week is the line, like I just said 5 minutes ago, possibly. Lions-Eagles, over 48.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Love that pick in the NFL. I think that's going to go a lot higher than 48.5.
Yeah, I love that pick.
What are your unders of the week?
So my first under of the week is going to be Virginia, Illinois, under 57. 57 just seems crazy for those two teams.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think Illinois is any good. I don't think Virginia's all that great. I think under 57, I think it's just going to be like a lot of safeties and that kind of stuff. Oh, hopefully I'm wrong. Big Ten football, go dominate them. I just see under 57 there. And then
I'm going to call bullshit on this next pick because we're going to review the tape. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you said this game was going over.
I think I miswrote this.
I'm pretty sure you said the Chiefs Cardinals was going over
Yeah,
53.5, and you have it marked as your pick of the week at 8 under. We ain't letting you change it now. I let you change last week.
No.
He had Oregon plus 17 on the sheet. He talked in the sheet that he switched it to Georgia minus 17. I let him change the pick.
I got something different written down here.
He wants to run his mouth on our record. He's technically 3-2, not 4-1.
That's bullshit. I got something different written down here than you have on here.
No, that's what we talked about.
No, I have Dolphins, Pats.
That's bullshit.
Right here, circled. Dolphins.
I see you just circled it. You just wrote it.
I circled it. I just circled it.
Wrote no.
No, I didn't write that.
You know.
No, bullshit. I got Dolphins.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
I'm allowed to make changes.
Nope.
I got Dolphins, Pats under 46,
That's
I think.
bullshit.
I probably also took the over in that one.
You did. But we're not. Since you're changing it one time.
No, I got Dolphins. I got Dolphins, Pats.
Let me change it on
Guys, this is the problem when you talk sports. You give all these takes, and all of a sudden you really start thinking about it. You're like, you
the spread. Sorry,
46 or 3.5. Wait, we're doing the under of the week. Yeah, I like Dolphins, Pats under 46, regardless of what I said earlier.
Even though we just changed it.
I'm allowed to change.
We'll
you can change whatever the fuck you want.
We'll allow it to happen this second time this week.
I'm allowed to change.
Second episode, third episode in, second weeks of picks, and he's already changing things. But it is what it is.
I'm not allowed to do that. That's a smart man. Hey, whoa. Back up. Was it profitable for me to change picks last week?
I mean,
yeah.
It was.
I was smart to do it. So, you just got to trust your gut. I looked at it. I changed my mind.
Yes, you're just going against your word, man.
I'm just following my gut. I'm about to say. All right, so what's your
unders
unders?
of the week are Appalachian State, Texas A&M at 54.
That's a good one.
I don't see Appalachian State scoring 63 again like they did, or 61 like they did last week. I see it being a letdown game. I see Texas A&M kicking the shit out of them.
31-10.
And Texas A&M only scored 31 points. It took their offense a while to get going. I'm going Texas A&M, Appalachian State under 54, and
right. Who's changing their pick now? We just talked about it, and he's like, you know what? I don't know. Because you just took the over in this one.
No. When we talked about it, I changed it to the under in this one. Review the tape. When we talked about this game, I'm going Packers-Vikings under 47. I did say over, but you changed my pick to the under. So I originally had Packers-Vikings minus 47 on the sheet. When we talked about it, I said Vikings were going to win, and I have over 47.
Yeah.
And then you were talking, and you said, I think it's going to go under. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm changing it to the under.
I think we both took the over.
I think we both took the under. Whatever. We'll review. I'm going Packers, Vikings under 47.
We'll get better at this.
We'll get a lot better at this.
All right, who's your dog of the week? You go first.
My dogs of the week, I'm going Army and the Detroit Lions.
I love those. Want to know why I love that?
Why?
Because my dog of the week is also Army.
Yeah,
I think I already said earlier Army's going to cover. I think
you got to follow me. So what are your dogs? Army and who?
Army and the Cowboys.
Those are two all right picks. I mean,
yep.
I can see the Cowboys winning this game. I think it could with what they only have Godwin's still out for a couple of games.
Yeah. So and like I said, I think with them missing TB12 missing some time, I don't know. I just like the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys. It was an easy dog for me. It's an easy dog. CeeDee Lamb is a dog.
Let's get to our picks of the week parlay. So pick two of your picks to throw in our parlay of the week.
Over, under, or covers.
whatever pick you want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to live put it into the Barstool Sportsbook, give you guys the live odds, and let you guys know what our 4-team pick of the week parlay is going to be. Right now, I have Lions money line, and I'm going Saints -5.5.
I want Colts.
On mine. I mean, you can put college ones too if you want. You don't just.
I know. I want Colts, and I want.
So right now I have the 2. Then you want Colts -7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck. Do I do Cowboys? Army.
I would go Cowboys, honestly.
Yeah, or I'm kind of thinking about this just because. So it's a parlay. We're trying to make money. Let's be smart here. Yeah, let's go Cowboys.
So,
we'll do Cowboys.
Our 4-leg parlay.
Put it on the board. Put it on the board. Ring the bell. Ding, 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 ding.
Boys. And then your other one was Colts -7.
Yep.
So, our picks of the week, parlay. We're doing 2 of each of ours. He picked the Cowboys money line and the Colts -7 for his 2 picks. I picked the Lions money line and the Saints -5.5.
Yep.
On the Barstool Sportsbooks. You can get this at +998. Those are pretty good odds.
Yeah, that's good.
To put it to bet, a $100 bet will win you $998.
You want to do $100?
We ain't doing. I mean, we can do it. I mean, we can if you want.
You said we ain't doing that. What do you want to do? 50?
Whatever. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about how much we're putting on it after. Those are the odds right now are +998. If you guys want to ride with us,
I like that.
We're gonna bet it. We're gonna ride with it. We're gonna sweat it out.
I mean, shit, dude.
Hope you sweat it out.
Even $10 wins you 90.
Yeah.
So like that's a good bet.
Whatever you guys want to bet responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. If you guys have a problem.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Don't go out betting $1,000 on this game this parlay. I mean, parlay.
No, do it. You'll win, but like
You'll
don't
win.
do it if you have the money. Do it if you have the means.
Do how much you ever have, how much you can
Bet with
gamble.
your means. Bet for fun. Bet with your friends. Don't make a career out of it. You know, no one out here is sharks.
Yep.
We're just doing this because it's fun having a little action. Even if it's $5, it's fun having a little action on the game. It gives you extra interest. You know.
So now we're going to get into our crazy Casey and Tyler 12-leg parlay. This is where we put together a ridiculous parlay to where $10 is going to win you possibly $20,000.
Yeah. So we're going to do this every week. It'll be $10 to $20 every week, depending on if we're winning a lot. Who knows? We could get reckless because we're responsible.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows how much?
But like typically what we'd like to do is pick 12 because obviously for those who don't know, parlay, you pick 12 sequences. It could be overs, unders. We'll probably just do money lines
Most
just to
of
make
the time we just do money line bets especially for our 12-leg parlay, just because when you start messing with spreads, I mean, sometimes we do, especially when we just need to add a game. We'll be like, we'll take Alabama -20.5 just because we just love that spread. We might add stuff like that. It depends. It can be whatever, but it is 12 bets, 12 games we bet to try to win a shit ton of money.
Yep.
Let's go through it. Do you want to start with NFL or college?
Let's start with NFL.
I was going to say NFL just because I feel like
I already have it pulled up.
I feel like it's going to be less games.
Yeah. Can I just give one right off the bat?
What?
Colts. -7. That's easy.
Okay, you love that. I mean, I'm going. Do you want to go Lions? Money line?
No.
Okay. And this is where, like, you guys are going to see me and T-Web.
This is where we're going to argue.
This is where we're going to argue because T-Web's going to say something fucking stupid.
No.
Saints -5.5?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just go down the. Let's just go.
Yeah, that's usually what we do.
Money line.
Yes.
I mean, I think we both agree with that one. Vikings money line is another good one. So we're at 4 right now. Raiders money line.
Yep.
Seahawks -6.5.
Nope.
Not Seahawks, Broncos.
Yeah. Okay.
I
saw you
I
clicked
the right one.
I thought you were just trolling me.
No. I said it the wrong way. Broncos -6.5. I mean, I kind of want to leave it at that for right now. I mean,
I'd rather see. It's like I already kind of know the game. Cowboys is the only other one I throw on there.
I don't like it.
But that's fine. We compromise. That's fine. Let's go to college slate. It's more fun.
It's more fun. Let's add a couple more.
And then we can go back and forth.
We have 6 picks right now. So I mean, it's
really?
So yeah, we have 6 games on it.
Let's see.
Let's go Army. I think we both wrote Army. Let's go Army.
Yeah, I
in
like
this
Army.
one. Where are they at? Independent. Army money line. So we're at 7 now. You want to ride Tennessee Pitt over?
No.
No.
No, because that's risky.
Okay, that's I'm cool with that.
Do you understand?
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on.
I mean Iowa money line.
Yeah.
I don't want to put -3.5. I just want to do straight money line because I can see that game. Well, I can see Iowa only winning by 3.
Yeah. What about well, you liked Baylor or you liked?
I like BYU in that game. I love BYU.
I don't want to take BYU. No. How many we at?
We're at 8. What about Michigan -51.5?
Yeah, add a favorite. I was just about to say that. It can't hurt.
Michigan State -51.5. You want to go Kentucky +5.5?
No.
I mean, we can add Florida money line to it. Just add some little juice.
No, because you like Kentucky in that game.
No, I don't think Kentucky's going to win. I think Florida's going to win.
Do you want to do Bama covering 20.5?
Yeah, we can do that one. So Bama covering
20. I think
20.
Saban might walk in there and just be like, "Fuck you, you guys aren't
So
back."
and we need 2 more.
Okay. 2 Web's an idiot and pick the over. Are you good? Because what the hell? I can't believe you wrote that on our show sheet. I don't know, man. Some of these college games.
I'm gonna go back to the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, do you just want to add Ravens money line? I mean, we can add stuff.
Yeah, Ravens money line's good. And
Lions
then,
+4.
No.
Oh, Lions over.
No.
Lions Eagles.
Yeah, we can do Lions over if you want to put a Lions one in there. I'm fine with that.
I mean, I'm just thinking. Do you think it's a guarantee? I mean, I think I love the 48.5.
What about?
Because we're at 11, and then we can go.
What about San Fran, Chicago under 40.5?
I don't like that.
What about 49ers -7? We can take them straight up.
No, because I have Brown Bears +6.5. What about Bengals money line?
Yeah.
Okay. So our bets are Bengals money line, Eagles Lions over 48.5, Alabama -20.5, Michigan -51.5.
Ride with us.
Iowa money line, Army money line, Broncos -6.5, Raiders money line, Vikings money line, Panthers money line, Saints -5.5, and Colts -7.
Or odds.
A $10 bet will win us $20,820.88. So
This is hitting.
if you guys want to ride with us. I think this is a great.
This is one of Casey's dumbass suggestions that doesn't win us this, by the way. Everything I suggested will hit. Book it.
We're going to book it. So if you want to ride with us, ride with us. That is our parlay of the week. It will be on our social media.
Yep.
I'm going to post it on. We don't have a Twitter yet. We're currently making the Twitter. Someone else has the Casey and Tyler.
We're petitioning Twitter to give it to us.
So I'm trying to work with Twitter to give it to us, and they are being assholes about it. They told me that they can't, even though I think this is a bullshit Twitter account that they don't use.
It looks like a bot. It doesn't even look like a real one.
I've been emailing Twitter back and forth. They're not.
Good job, Case. Way to handle that.
They're being assholes, but our best of the week.
We just got to hit up Elon.
Yeah, we said I might just hit just DM Elon. But I will post it on my Twitter, KCCASEY.
We'll just link Casey. Casey's Twitter will be linked in the description. We'll also post the bets in the description.
We'll put the parlay bet into the description of the bet so you can see all the bets in the description.
Yeah. And like we said, it's Barstool Sportsbook. We Casey literally just placed it, so we're gonna ride. Let's do it.
We're gonna ride, and
like I said, I'm gonna also come out ahead this week. That's easy money. If you really want to ride, if you really want to be a true one, bet with Tyler because I'm the best. I don't know how else to say it.
I mean, I think you're completely wrong. I think I'm the better in between the both of us, but it is what it is.
You're the better. I like what you did there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I am the better in the situation. It is what it is. But
Okay.
thanks for listening, guys. Tune in.
Yeah, what an episode,
This
man.
was a great episode.
We're rocking with a new camera. Let us know what you guys think about the quality. We're really excited about it going forward. It should be good for the podcast and for all the golf content that we're going to be doing going forward. And all the, I mean, hell, you guys could see a bowling match on this channel for all we know. So
yeah, we'll see. Who knows what
that would be electric when I burn you in bowling because you have to give me 40 pins.
We'll see what happens with that. But like I said, thanks for listening, guys. Tune in to next week's show. We're going to try to post Monday or Tuesday. We haven't figured out the actual day we're going to do, but it's going to be one of those.
We'll do our best to keep it consistent, but we do also have lives. I mean, like, you know, jobs and applying to jobs in school and stuff like that. So it's you know, we'll do our best, but we're going to do.
I would say the first sure locked-in episode will always be Friday.
Yeah.
Other than that, the next week's episode, I mean, if we can try to record on Sunday, that'll be great. But other than that,
the only problem with that is, like we talked about, and we would love your feedback, even if you're just a buddy listening. Like, would it matter if we missed some of the Sunday games, or is it better to do one on Monday or Tuesday and have like a Wednesday, Friday?
So we can talk about the entire slate,
like just like a recap, catch up.
So only talking about the 1 o'clock games.
We still got some stuff. We got some wrinkles to still figure it out.
Yeah, so we haven't figured out an entire schedule, but definitely Mondays or Tuesdays for the first episode, and then Fridays for the last episode to get into the weekend. Just because of how things work in the week, we can only record on Thursdays.
Yeah,
because it's kind of harder to do any earlier in the week. But thanks for listening. Comment, subscribe to the channel, and love you guys.
We love you guys. Thanks. Didn't leave me hanging that time. You guys saw that? You guys saw that? I'm so bad after that.